So this time we're going to add virtual network adapter for the traffic, which is going to be management, Vmotion, iSCSI, or whatever traffic that you want. But in our case, we want to use it for management, because I'm not going to cover Vmotion and HA in this course, but of course I'm going to talk about them fundamentally, but I'm not going to tell you how we can configure, because this course is for beginners. So this is the first option. Of course, here you can go to the Vmkernel adapter and click on add networking. Here again, we have the same option. So we'll say next. So here you can select the existing network, which we don't have the network here, or we can select the standard vSwitch here. Or you can use the third option, which you are familiar now with it, how we can create the new virtual switch. We're going to select the existing virtual switch and we'll select the vSwitch 1. And next. And here we're going to select, for example, let's say vmkernel 01 or something like this. And here we can specify the VLAN ID and the IPv4 here. And TCP IP stack here. If you want to use Vmotion, you should use Vmotion or provisioning. But we want to let it default, and we'll select on Vmotion and of course provisioning and maybe fault tolerance and management here. And we'll click on next. And here we can specify the IP address. And of course the subnet mask, and we can override the default gateway here. We can change the default gateway, and of course here is my DNS server here. So we'll click on next, and before selecting finish, let's actually do continuous ping to my new IP address. As you can see, is timeout or unreachable. Now we can ping our new IP for our ESXi. And here you can connect to the ESXi by new IP address. And here you can verify the new vmkernel here, which is of course on the configure networking vmkernel. Here you can see the new vmkernel, which is vmkernel 01. Here you can say edit, you can change the options here if you like, and you can change the IP address, and here is the configuration for IPv6. And down here again we have the properties, IP setting, and the policy.